Hi, I'm Josh, a certified probate real estate specialist here in Arizona. If you're an attorney or fiduciary handling a probate case where the property is occupied, you already know it adds an extra layer of complexity. Today, I want to walk you through how I help navigate occupied probate properties, whether it's a tenant, family member, caregiver, or even a squatter, and why having the right real estate expert on your team can protect both the estate and your client. In probate, we often expect a property to be vacant. That's not always the case. You may find a tenant with a lease or expired rental agreement, a relative still living in the home, a caregiver who stayed after the decedent passed, or someone with no legal right to be there at all. Each of these situations can trigger delays in listing or selling, liability for damage or safety, complications with title or insurance, and emotional tension between heirs. As a probate real estate specialist, I don't just list the property. I help you navigate the occupancy situation legally, ethically, and strategically. Here's how I support attorneys, fiduciaries, and personal representatives when the property is occupied. Assessment and documentation. So I visit the property discreetly, document the condition and occupancy status, and identify if it's a tenant, heir, unauthorized occupant, or an unknown party. And then for communication, I coordinate with your team to determine legal standing, help draft notices, request for access, or cash for keys offers, and act as a neutral third party, reducing emotional conflict. For security and insurance risk reduction, I recommend and coordinate lock changes if necessary, notify you of code violations or safety hazards, and flag anything that could impact insurability or liability. And then for timeline protection, if you're on a timeline for creditor periods, court deadlines, or pending sales, I help ensure the occupancy doesn't derail the process. Once the occupancy is resolved or addressed, I assess market readiness, recommend cleanup or minimal improvements, handle disclosures related to occupancy, both past and present, and manage buyer expectations and escrow requirements. Buyers often get nervous about properties that were previously occupied, especially if the occupant left belongings, damage, or emotional baggage. I make sure the home is positioned, presented, and explained the right way. Occupied properties during probate are more than just an inconvenience. They're a legal and financial risk. As a certified probate real estate specialist, I help attorneys and fiduciaries assess the situation, protect the estate, minimize liability, and move the case forward. If you're facing an occupied estate property, want to make sure your next case runs smoothly, feel free to reach out. I'm Josh, and I'm here to help make probate property sales safer, simpler, and more compliant.